everybody. Welcome to Can We Say It? I'm Han, I'm with Beck, and you're in the podcast.
Hey everyone.
You are with us, and this is the podcast when we say it all. And today we're kind of talking about uh, Gen Z and just things that are related, and like it's kind of like our millennials episode journey, but for Gen Zs.
Yes, because we didn't really chat too much about Gen Z, so we're dedicating this episode to Gen Zs. But I think before we do that, Han had something that she needed to get off her chest. I sometimes.
I do, I do,
What's
I
going on?
do. I I don't like it. This is, I guess, the rant segment, if you will, until we find
Mhm.
a better name for it. Maybe
It's
it's
our
our
puffing
puffing
rant.
rant segment. Um, I don't like it when influencers post about something really serious and in their stories, and you're just looking through their stories, and it's like, pray for Beirut, and what's happened in Beirut is terrible. Yes, it is. And then the next second, the story flips to them in their
Right. It's like
underwear.
it's back to the original
Like
program.
I feel like it's tone deaf. Like, it's just tone deaf to the state
It's
of the world,
insensitive.
the way people consume information,
Yeah,
their
it is insensitive.
sensitivity. I think it's
Absolutely. This
insensitive.
is like I think going back to, like, the last episode, it's basically it's they're doing it because they need to or it's popular. I don't know if they actually care or if they were really devastated about it, their next post
Mm.
wouldn't be of them in their underwear.
It does, Beck, you're right. It does kind of flow on from what we were talking about previously, to that pressure to post. Did th And it makes you question, are they just doing it to
Yeah.
tick the
Yep.
checkbox that they've done it, or are they really passionate
Absolutely.
about
I
it?
think it's for some people it is that, and then for some people, maybe they were personally affected by what went on. I don't know, but I do think a lot of the time it is to tick the checkbox for these influencers.
Yes, and it is a
It
good segue into what we're
al
talking about, because I wonder
I
how, young people consume information, and do they think it's okay, or do they think it's a bit weird, or is it just
I think
me? Am I
we're
old?
talking about Gen Z
Um,
today, and I feel like Gen Z is the generation of influencers. It didn't exist Influencers did not exist before Gen Z.
that's right, Gen Z look up to kinda like YouTube influencers more than actual famous people. Now let's clarify that Gen Z are, people that were born between 1995
Yeah.
till 2010. They age from about that means they age from about 5 to 25 years
Which
old
I
currently.
I was a bit shocked again, like was in millennials. I would have assumed that the cutoff was a little bit earlier. I don't know, it's weird. I can't see 25-year-olds being in Gen Z, but again, I'm wrong.
Oh, I
I felt
absolutely
like they were
can.
more millennials, but again, wrong. That
Well, G the 25-year-old Gen Z is the
Yep,
older
they
Gen
just made the
Z.
cutoff.
They're like the version of us old millennials, they're old
Like,
Gen
they're
Z.
probably Zennials, but there's no word for that.
No, no, Zennials are X's on the edge of millennials. They're Zennials, Zennials,
So I
Zennials.
wonder
Uh,
what would be the
you're
Gen Z and millennial
um,
combo.
you're right, it could be Zennial, but it's pronounced exactly the same. We'll have to think about I'll come up with something
Right.
during the episode.
Um, y
So, they are very perceptive generation. I'm slightly hopeful and worried about them at the
but I
same
feel
time, how they
that's
get their
true, but
information.
I feel they're quite open and they're all about I feel like they're about being yourself and being I don't know, I could be wrong because I don't
Can you dig
I
into that a
feel
bit? What do
like
you mean?
very expressive, they're very, free,
Mm,
they're free-minded, um, they're more free probably also
yeah.
because the internet, there's so much I feel like they need they wanna be unique, they wanna stand out. This is just what I'm gauging, but I could be wrong. I don't have any kids in this age, in this age. So I don't know, you probably can see things a little bit more than I do, with the kids.
Yes, I've got a child in the Gen Z generation.
Does she like to stand
That sounds
out?
stupid, Gen Z
She isn't that
generation.
I feel
In
like
Gen
it's
Z.
cool to stand out. Or we can ask yeah, we can, yeah,
Yeah,
delve into that a little bit more. But they're a cool generation.
they are cool. They are cool. They get their social culture from
Or
TikTok, or millennial call it Tok Tok or Tic
TikTokers.
Tac or Tac Tac.
Yeah.
But luckily enough, we have access to the mind of a Gen Zer, and she's here with us
Yay!
today.
I'm excited.
Uh,
Say hello,
Hi,
Cara.
I'm very excited
Hi.
about our little guest we have today. Special,
We have a
awesome
special
guest.
little guest star. I was gonna ask a few questions, but I wanted to elaborate on like this the social media and TikTok, and I want you to tell us a little bit about like why do you love TikTok so much?
uh, there's like a lot of original content, and I like the funny stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
What about YouTube? Like, I feel like sometimes I ask you about famous people and you're like, who? But like, famous people on YouTube that I don't necessarily follow that much. Do you think
Uh,
YouTube people who are famous are better than other famous people?
well, um,
Like, who do you know on YouTube?
I do like Mariah Elizabeth, or they're not huge YouTubers though. Only five
Who's the
million.
biggest one that oh, only 5 million?
PewDiePie. PewDiePie is the biggest.
Who's that?
He's a YouTuber.
What does he do?
Uh, he does. He plays some video games. He reacts to stuff.
What's his name?
PewDiePie.
See, I feel like I feel like a lot of that generation love watching the reactions of other people. I was just having this
Yeah.
conversation, like, they watch other people react to things or do things, and they like watching their reactions.
Yeah. Massively.
That's
They love the little ones love watching people opening like little surprises like LOL surprise or like excuse me, dollies things like opening presents. They love that.
it's so strange.
I've never heard of PewDiePie, but I know that they love watching people play video games as well.
Yeah, they like watching other people do things.
Mariah Elizabeth Beck, if you don't know, she's actually really cool. I even watch her, and I think she's really funny. She does arts and crafts, but
Okay.
like like to the 10th degree with like video content editing and stuff. Very cool.
Yeah, and that's another thing, they're really on their game of editing, video editing, like, would that I couldn't believe.
Yeah. And like, what about the fashion of Gen Z, Kyra? Like, you love just like the tracky pants and the crop top. Like, it's very cash. Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's very casual.
Yeah.
Your fashion.
A lot of people wear like shirts that are like really short with like shorts that are also really short.
Yeah.
What,
I
just
just wear
short?
trackies and like a big jumper.
But in summer, you wear really short shorts
Yeah.
or just shorts with short
Shorts and a t-shirt.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah, like
could, you would go
cash.
to a nice restaurant in trackies.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, cool, I like this Gen Z, I'm totally with you. Like, dressing up isn't that cool, or you don't really want to.
So we thought we'd ask you some questions. Like, we'd ask you some questions about a little bit about what we used to grow up with and if you know what it is.
Okay.
So, do you know what a VHS tape or video is?
Uh
What do you
Like
think it
a
is?
like a video. I always see it in those old movies
In
with
those
with
old
like a box with black stuff in it,
It
and
looks like a box with black stuff, yeah.
it plays music or videos, and you put it in something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of it.
You know
Wow.
what a Walkman is?
A what?
A Walkman.
No.
Oh my god.
Do you know what a Discman is?
No.
Beck's
Oh
like,
my
"This is
gosh.
way cooler, Discman."
Oh no. I'm so old.
Have you ever heard of AOL or ICQ?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna play you a sound
Oh. Okay.
and just react naturally.
Okay.
What do you think it is?
Okay, everybody, just bear with me. Here we go.
Oh. What is that? Oh my god.
Oh, there's a satisfaction right there.
Oh, it's so bad. What is it? Oh.
Oh, that sweet, sweet
That sweet
sound.
sound, you've gotta explain it to her and let her know that this is what we had to deal with.
Oh my god, you know that moment where it goes "Doo, doo, 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 doo," and you're like, yeah.
Yep. Yep, that was like the sweet, like, "Yes, we're
Yes.
in."
So that was the sound of what we used to call dial-up internet. So
That's how we would
got
connect to the
that's how
internet.
we got on the internet. We'd go on the computer, like
And you have to listen to that.
you don't have to just listen to it. You have to double click on this little telephone
Uh,
and then like press connect and it would do that sound and have a picture of a phone trying to connect to a world, like a globe, and it made this sound. And if it went to this bit, hang on, if it went like the at the beginning is the phone dialing, and if it got to this,
That
that bit, if you heard those bouncy sounds, you were in. You were on the World Wide Web. That's how we connected to the internet.
oh.
I feel so old even
and
explaining this.
there were no phones with the internet, it was just text messages, not even probably just phone calls. There was no such thing as the internet on the phone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we could only do it, and it was like not even on a lap. I mean, people who could afford laptops or have laptops that was huge to have it on a laptop. But usually you'd have a massive PC. You know, like those giant computer boxes. Have you seen
Oh
those?
yeah, those really ugly ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and do you want to know what a Walkman is?
Sure.
So a Walkman is. Do you know what a tape is? A tape,
Kind of what
a,
we were trying to explain, like a
That
VHS or
a
a cassette
cassette,
tape
a cassette tape.
kind of,
That's how
yeah.
we got our
with the
music, and
black
we put
stuff in it.
so the video was the black box with the black stuff in it. It's like
Uh-huh.
tapes inside. Like
Yeah.
the video is on that.
Oh.
And on the cassette, the music's in it and it's smaller. And we'd stick the cassette in the Walkman, put headphones in and listen to it. And Beck had a Discman. She was really fancy. She could put CDs in and listen.
With Shake Shock, so I think if you ran with it, it wouldn't stop. Remember how it would keep
Yeah.
skipping?
Yeah, you had a mad Discman, Beck. Yeah, you did.
Like if you put a CD in it that's like this big.
Yeah.
How big is
Yeah,
Yeah.
big?
it was
Yeah, Beck, it
pretty
was pretty bulky.
it was kind of bulky.
But
Um,
for its time, it was very, very, edgy and actually quite light.
it was. I mean, they kept coming up with lighter and lighter.
For our
Um,
standards, it was light, but you would probably think it's very bulky.
exactly. So wait, Kyra, when you leave us now, what are you off to do? It's about, what, 8 p.m.? I wanna know what the Gen Z does on a Saturday night.
um, maybe go on my phone or like watch TV, maybe read. I don't
Okay. Well, that sounds like
Before
a decent evening.
know.
before you leave us, can you give us some Gen Z slang?
Oh, what?
You say things
Um,
all the time. I did text her the other day and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "We are Gucci." I was like, "What
We're
the heck?"
we're Gucci. That means we're good, right? I kinda know this.
yeah.
Can you teach us some other ones?
It's like bro,
Bro's
which
very Australian, legit.
let's go,
Yeah, this is the one that they're all doing. Let's go. Have you heard this?
let's go.
I heard Lego, but let's go? No, I haven't heard let's go. That's
Can
Like
you
let's go,
explain?
like let's go, like woo, like
we're just
I
dropping
don't
the
know.
Can you
T.
use it an
Oh,
example with your
okay.
friends?
Like if we're doing sport, we all yell, "Let's go!" Like like we're excited.
But I've even heard you say it with your friend, like your friend was over and you're like, "Yeah, let's go." And like it's not like let's go, let's do this. It's just like let's go, like yeah, it's on
Yeah, like yes,
or yes. Okay.
Okay, so that's the new yes.
I guess.
I
All
guess.
right. Thank you for
Oh, we're
joining
so old.
us. You
Thank
are free
you.
to leave.
Yes, go enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was informative and enlightening.
I died when she listened to the startup modem thing. I love
I
getting
might
into
listen
the
to that
heads
as a
of
meditation. It's quite nice.
I think it just brings you back to a time, but then it got really annoying. Remember towards the end, I just think it went on forever. Like,
I hated it when I was going through it.
especially when you couldn't connect.
Oh, it was the worst feeling.
I just think it's crazy that they didn't know Walkman, Discman, none of that. They got nothing.
No, even a cassette, it's like, oh, I was like, kinda, not really. You
Yeah, you
just
have
saw
to
it. She just saw it, and most kids our age wouldn't see it, but we kind of forced her to watch Back to the Future and things like that. So that's the only way she knows.
yeah, and I think that is good. I hope I'll be able to. I'm interested. I mean, I know this is a Gen Z episode, but I'm interested to know what the next one will be from like 5 and below.
There is one already.
Oh, I was trying to look for that and I couldn't find it. What's it called? It was just
Um,
is it
I
Gen
looked it
something?
up. Pardon?
Is it Gen something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's. I looked it up before.
Because I can't find it anywhere. I'm just like, but we could go back to Gen Z. I think like they're
Oh, it's Alpha, Gen Alpha.
okay. That can be our another
We
episode.
don't know enough about them. They're
No,
still really little. They're like
that's
5 and
true.
under.
Yeah, they're super tiny. Super not yet. I just find it like very I do think this generation is I wonder like they're gonna like change the world in a sense. Or they're so I feel like baby boomers, Gen X, similar, even millennials. I think Gen Z is just completely different.
I
Completely
hope I don't
different.
know. I always have hope in them in the youth, but
I think they're quite
some
authentic. I think
yes,
they're
they are.
expressive. Yeah.
But I'm just worried about how they get their information and what they believe. There's like too many Gen Zs that are like flat earth believers, like I don't know. Or maybe it's just they get more attention because it's because of social media. It feels like there's more idiots in the world, but maybe it's just because it looks like that because of social media, whereas before you wouldn't see all those idiots and now you do.
Yeah, there's a lot out there, like, of everything. I think they're not afraid to be out there. Like,
Oh, no.
I think with us, or maybe it's just I don't know, we were little bit more, like, personal and kept things to ourselves and did things, and I think this is the
Yeah.
generation of show, like
Because they're our parents and grandparents were the sweep under the rug generation, but because have we maybe had a different parenting style maybe wasn't as things were maybe more open, and we are more open to our children and more, yeah, more expressive. Maybe that's why they're more expressive, 'cause we don't, I don't think s like, sweeping under the rug, like, things are more open, like, um, gay marriage and, like, I don't know, just it's a
Yeah,
there's
they're
more
gonna grow up in a
information.
they'll be grow like, they will grow up, or maybe it's the alpha generation, they're gonna grow up where everything like, it's okay. It's like there is same-sex marriages, like,
Yeah.
everything, that it's not gonna be something strange to them,
Yeah, yeah,
which
exactly, but there is
probably
still
was for the
obviously,
other generation.
exactly, and there's still roadblocks and challenges that, and they'll still have those. Every generation has challenges. They've got probably the biggest challenge on their hands, but,
I think so. I
um
think because there's so like, again, the like, social media aspect and the internet and everything, it's made I feel like it's probably harder for them to concentrate,
yeah,
do you
balancing
think?
the social media thing is gonna be very difficult.
Yeah, it's like that extra added way of communicating, way of zoning out, way of there's just it's almost I feel like it is probably a little bit too much.
Oh, yeah, and their I mean, I can't get over their fashion. I saw a pack of teenage girls last weekend, and they were all in gray sweatpant, tracky style with short crops and, like, cool kicks, and, like, it was so cash.
Yeah, very cash, which is again,
I
I'm
like
no
it.
I like cash,
But
but
then Beck and I saw a bunch of Gen Zs at the at that cafe we went to that we really liked, and they were, like, obviously fashionista types,
oh, yeah,
or
that's
girls
right.
and boys, and there was some unusual fashions going on. It was like, homeless chic, like a vintage rainbow blazer with shorts and a beanie. Oh,
I
you saw one of them wearing 2 different
Yeah,
shoes.
so I was confused. I was like, "Is this in fashion?" Or is like there was a girl wearing 2 different shoes, like, she had an UGG on and then, like, a slide, like, slides. One I have to say a slide because
Oh, I thought it was like an UGG one color and UGG another color.
no, 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 like, literally 2 different shoes.
Oh, see, really odd.
And I was confused. I wanted to take, like, a picture, but I thought that was weird and ask you if that was normal here. Because, I mean, you know what? Nothing phases me. I've lived in LA for so many years. I've seen so much. Everyone is so expressive. Everyone wears all kinds of stuff, but I did find that really strange. The 2
Yeah,
shoes. Like, I get 2 different colored shoes, okay, but an UGG and a slide? I was like, I don't know about that." Or
I
did she
think you're
break
trying,
her ankle and she can't wear
maybe,
an UGG? Like
or is one foot cold and the other one isn't?
right. No, like,
Trying to
okay.
take edgy way too far down to the edge.
I just
I
yeah, I don't
I
know.
heard something interesting on Triple J, like, and I think this sums up a little bit of the Gen Z mentality. It's like, "Send pics or it didn't happen," and that's like that's I think the quote of their generation, the "send pics or it didn't happen" generation. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. And you know what? In a positive way, when I think about it now, like, the fact that we are able to take pictures and videos on our phones, I mean, not just to capture things, but even just to you can capture everything, which is kind of good.
I don't see it as good. So I'm, like, always to the negative worst case scenario. I've already told Kyra millions of times. I said, "You have to remember that everything you do when you're with your friends or not, and I'm not there, and everything you do can be filmed and recorded and photographed.
Oh, yeah,
Just
for
remember that."
if it's been posted, yeah, for sure.
You know? I think a lot of kids, poor things, will get, like, embarrassed and bullied, and all sorts of things could happen, I reckon.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I hope this is the end. I mean, there will never will be because there's trolls and all kinds of stuff. It's because it's gotten so bad, but I just want there to be an end to the bullying, like, with
Online
kids,
bullying
with
is gonna
online
be
bullying.
around for a while.
Yeah. Um,
But
there's
yeah,
just
it's definitely that send pics, like, or it didn't happen, like, you gotta post it on Instagram, you gotta post it here or else it didn't happen, and I can see how I can see why that is, definitely.
Oh, yeah, for sure,
And
because they don't believe it unless they see it.
yeah. Funny thing is, you said that they're very expressive, kind
Yes.
of very, like, sassy. I had an experience even today with a girl on Kara's sports team. I was and we're talking about, like, one of the passes or, like, and I was saying, "Yeah, that bounce pass is really good, especially against that really tall girl if you're short." And then this sassy girl on her team was, like, arguing with me, like, "Yeah, but they could get it too if you bounce pass. It's not good to do the bounce pass." I'm like, "Well, it worked in this scenario because this player is shorter and that's how you get around the tall." And I'm like, then I realized I'm having an argument with an 11-year-old, and I was like,
Wow.
"Oh god, this is not good. Just shush."
Just be quiet.
Yeah.
Well, and I also find that, like, I think that they play an important role in, like, today's apps and business, like, just brainstorming. I feel like brainstorming with a Gen Z could be a great idea, like, in terms of, like, what's the next thing, like,
Mm.
the next hot thing, because they're the ones that are downloading the apps, they're the ones that are getting involved, like, we as parents, it's not like they come up to us, or maybe they will, but they're getting apps and they're getting certain things, like, we're not going to the store to buy them something
Mm,
anymore,
they are
like, they're kind of
they're
running the
very
show.
much into ad they definitely get suckered in by ads all the time. I've been asked by Kyra millions of times, "Can we buy this? Can we buy this, in-app purchase? Can we buy this app? Can we buy that app?" And then she finds games through advertising that's obviously aimed at her by what she clicks.
Oh, yeah. They're so smart, like, they know
Yeah.
targeting they're targeting them, not the parents.
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah. And
Which
they
and it's harder
I don't
because
know, it's
usually it's not like, you would just not take your kid to the mall or, sorry, shopping center, to the toy stores or wherever it is, so they wouldn't be like, "Oh, mum, can I get this?" or, "Mum, can I get that?" You have no choice when they have a phone, like, at all. You
yeah.
can't, like, they
Yes,
have
that's very
all
true.
the apps, they're gonna want apps. It's just,
Mhm.
I don't know. We used to watch
All
television
types of, like,
ads of
toys
like, "Oh,
and
can I
art
get that
supplies, yeah.
toy?" Yeah, like, there's just, like, everything is open to them.
Yeah, that's true.
But
It's true,
yeah,
but
it will be
the
interesting
fact that
to
we're
see.
even, like, questioning it, I feel like is more than our parents did.
Absolutely. I hope that we have more of an open relationship with with our generation of kids.
Yeah, I think
Then
so. If you give them respect, they give you respect. That's what we kind of discussed we kinda touched on in the last millennials one when we did briefly chat about the new generation. And, even for that alpha generation, which is your
yeah,
little
coming
baby
up,
and my
and yours.
youngest is alpha. She well,
I'm
to tell you how more insane that generation, like, more advanced is, my youngest was imaginative playing by pretending to be in a video blog like the ones that she watches on YouTube. That's her imaginative play,
Wow.
that she's in a video blog, so, like, that's nuts.
Well, and they can
She's
be. Like, they can
she's
be in
finding
video.
apps on her she's finding apps on the iPad herself and to download
Wow. Just the
in the
fact
Play
that
Store.
they know how to do this is mind-blowing
I
to
didn't
me.
show her. I didn't show her.
See, this is where, like, I battle because at first it didn't work out, but I had, like, a no screen policy and all this kind of stuff with my little one, but I feel like this is the new generation, and you need to be technical to be a part of it, so maybe, like, they're gonna,
Yeah.
not too much, but they're gonna need to have a phone.
Yeah, you
They're
can't
gonna
really
need
avoid it.
No, you can't avoid it, like, he notices everything. As soon as my phone goes on the floor, he's trying to grab at it. He knows when he's looking at all of us the minute we pick up our phones, the minute the
What do
TV's
you
on,
mean? Like,
the minute,
looking at you how?
like, just say I'm feeding my little one and maybe
Yeah.
Howie's on the couch and picks up his phone, he straight away looks at Howie and he staring at the
Oh.
phone. If my, like, say my dad's opened his laptop, he'll straight away start staring at the laptop. Like, he's
Oh,
very
interesting.
aware of,
Of the
like, of
device.
the devices. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, I'll put my phone I'm sitting on, like, the playmat, and I'll put the phone behind my back. He knows it's there and will try go around me and get it.
I
This
wonder
is,
if
like,
he
8
wants to
months.
already touch it.
Yeah. Oh, he's so interested because he notices, like, obviously, even if we're trying to hide it, yes, he can see us messaging. Yes, I can be on the phone. Yes, I'm putting his sound machine on through my phone. Yes, there's music coming out of it. Like, they're just he's
Oh,
aware, and
oh,
that's just where it's all going.
mm. But, you've heard how, um, top, you know, um, sort of minds in the tech world, they, usually put their children into non-technical schools and try to avoid their children being exposed to too much technology,
Oh,
which I
that's
think is
that's really,
interesting.
really interesting and good. I like that.
Yeah, just I
Um,
guess you've gotta strike a balance with how much device time you can have. Like, we've had bans, we've had weekend bans.
do they get really
Um,
upset when you
yeah,
ban them?
it's like
Yeah.
watching a druggie come off crack or something. It's yeah.
Because we're also obsessed. I mean, it's not just the Gen Z, I would say us. We're obsessed with, like, scrolling
Yeah.
and for no just, just it's like an addiction.
But they don't well, at
They
this
probably
stage,
don't
they're not
scroll.
scrolling, they wanna do stuff, they wanna play, they wanna build, or
Oh,
they're
yeah,
watching.
watching things. Yeah, that makes sense. I think we're probably scrolling more, and they're still active even on their phones.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's really what I know about Gen Z.
Well, yeah, well, you're raising one, so it is interesting. Well, you're raising a Gen Z and an alpha.
Oh, and I finally got what it could be instead of Zennials, which is the Zennial as in Gen X and Millennial mixed together, it could be Zeals.
Zeals.
Yeah,
I kinda like that.
yeah. That's the combo of the what's the one above them, the Millennial and the Gen Z,
Ooh,
Zeals.
Zeals. So we've got Zeals, Zennials. Um,
I like their name Gen Alpha.
yeah, so do I. I mean, like you said, there's not enough information yet because they're under 5, but I wonder if they will be different. I wonder how different, not sure, because like you said, I feel like Gen X and millennials are similar-esque,
Mhm.
so then the up and coming, generation will be quite interesting, but it is I like picking their brains because it's so interesting to, like, just get Kyra's, she this it's so weird you realize how old you are because I
Yeah,
don't feel like we were that
exactly.
far away from, like, Discmans and I don't know, it didn't seem that long ago, but I guess it was.
Yep, yep. But I definitely feel old.
Yeah, I do. Like, I can connect with the kids, but, like, they're on a different level.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel the years now, like, as in, I'm like, "Oh my god, okay, that was a long time ago, and yeah, that's how we did stuff." But I'm still trying to but that's why I think we are in a special sort of bracket of people that no one else are in, is because we remember a time without, but we can connect and are savvy at the technology now.
Right, and we have to be. Well, depending on, what work you're in, but you have to be.
No, and yeah, you have to be, yeah. But we
Um,
remember a time when there wasn't anything.
this has been interesting. It's like a little follow-up to our one of our first few episodes of the millennials episode, which we had so
Yeah,
much fun doing.
and was very popular, so we hope to do more of these. If you like it, let us know if, um, and we'll go deeper dive into it.
Yep, delve deep.
Alright,
Uh,
well,
w
enjoy your Saturday night.
I will enjoy your Milo.
I finished it already.
Oh, done. I might have one now. I had the wine, I needed it, and now I think I'm on to Milo. having
Well done.
a
I'm glad.
crazy Saturday night.
Wild.
Wild. All right. Well, please
Right.
keep listening, downloading, and we will chat again soon.
Can we say it? Can we say it?